monkey in your pants?
Alright then folks, welcome back to another Bad Influence fan commentary. This is Series 3, Episode 8, Retro Goodness UK Televisual Computer Magazine, Dolph Lundgren, Nipples, Andy Crane. The use of the robots is bad, I don't know why they use this. It was a UK's 1990s television magazine computer game show. Anyway, watch it with your eyes.
Welcome to a spooky
Andy.
Bad Influence, where strange things are going on. As we
What?
conjure up the ghosts of presenters past.
Is this like Halloween episode even though it's Christmas?
Oh, we're looking at the latest ghostly games, including Alone in the Dark 3.
And if that isn't scary enough,
Scary.
try this.
Ooh.
It's the tallest roller coaster in the world, and later I'll be explaining why
Andy
it went
looks
wrong.
like he was about to vomit, to say the least.
And now, ladies and gentlemen,
I do not remember
the great
watching
magician
this
Andy
episode,
Arno
actually.
will conjure a ghost before your very eyes.
I remember most, but
and
not
those
this.
of you watching distantly on television devices, please note that there is no camera trickery
No camera
involved
trickery.
whatsoever.
My arse. Oh, very theatrical and overacted. Ooh, it's floaty Dolph Lundgren. I can't say that name, we'll just refer to it as Nipples.
Very good, marvellous, bravo.
The ghost of Nipples.
Talented man. He'll go far.
There's two Andy
But
Cranes.
if he didn't use camera tricks, and he didn't, how did he perform the trick? Well, I shall show you. It's a very
Hologram.
famous effect. It's called Pepper's Ghost.
Pepper's
it was
Ghost.
first performed in 1863. It works on a simple principle.
Is he
This
wearing
isn't just
double
an empty
denim?
Cabinet. There is, in fact, a sheet of glass diagonally across it. Ghostly Violet.
Diagonally?
Well, she's just over to the right there. And to make her appear, you just turn the lights up on Violet. She's reflected in the glass.
I get
and
it.
it looks like she's off behind the cabinet like that. It's very simple, but very effective. Pepper's Ghost produces what's called in the trade a virtual image. That is, one that appears to be behind the
All right,
glass.
Violet,
You can't
calm
reach
your
out
beans,
and
son.
touch it. Violet, thank you. Violet, we'll let you know. There's another version of this trick which produces what's called a real image. That is, one that floats in midair, one that you think you can reach out and touch.
Oh.
I'll show you how it works.
Andy needs a
Put our
haircut.
can of drink in
Can
here.
of Coca-Cola, I'm surprised they didn't have
Now,
that
for this
covered
to
up,
work, we'll have to
advertising
have
and
two
all.
things. A, Les on camera 2 will have to come really close. And B, can we have the studio lights down,
Yes,
please?
turn the lights down.
Now, if you were here,
I want a ghost can.
you should be able to see that can of Coke suspended, say, 12 or 13 centimetres in front of this box.
Really?
It looks like it's in midair.
How does this
Very
magicalness
clever.
work?
Look, this tracing paper will reveal more. As I bring the tracing paper forward, as it passes through the plane
Gonna
where the
get
can
into
is, the can will come
focus?
into focus.
Yep.
So just about there. There it is. And that paper is about 13 or 14
Well, isn't that clever?
the box. It's really effective. It looks like you can get hold of the can, but of course it's not that. Why are we showing you all this?
I
on Bad
don't
Influence?
know.
Well, a British company has just come up with a more advanced version of this trick, one that produces real images from video.
Oh,
And this is it. It's called SIS, or Suspended Image System.
Okay.
And we're using it to show Mickey Mania, which we'll be reviewing later in the programme. Now, as with Andy's device, the image hangs in midair, and it's just there. It's very difficult to show on TV.
was this actually
You'll see
used
it
on
better if you
anything?
move the camera
Any
around a
arcade
bit.
systems or anything?
This display unit is just a prototype, but they're
I'm
planning to make
curious.
the image much brighter and life-size.
I don't know
and
myself.
they're even planning a TV version, so you can show TV pictures like this.
Aha! Tis I.
Interesting
Because
all
you
the
can
same.
use the SIS for any TV or video picture. One of the proposed uses for it is in advertising displays.
So yeah, Bad
And
Influence
it will
always
even
had
be
these
possible to
educational
interact with
sections.
a suspended image
Sometimes they
using
were
a kind
good,
of
sometimes they
touchscreen
were
technology.
not so good.
Get off, Violet. Your nails are sharp.
Namrud.
Hello, Furtling
Fucking
family.
hate his
Welcome
face.
to the Namrud Cheat Show. Oh, yes, nip, nip, burp. And I've got some spanking cheats for you. Ribbit glove nose.
It's probably going to be on a Mega Drive, a
the
Super
Addams
Nintendo,
family
or an
on the
Amiga.
SNES, which powers you up with
There you
5
go,
lives
SNES.
and only Morticia to find. Woof, woof. Ugh.
What's it?
On the password
Addams
screen,
Family.
Just type in BLJ
Yes.
1 and 2. And then when you start to play, you'll get 5 lives.
Magic.
Beep,
This
beep,
game I
beep,
remember
beep,
playing
beep.
actually,
I'm
but
not
I also remember it
completely
being
mad, you know.
brick hard. Yep, break your neck. Thank you, Nam.
From one
Waste
head
of
case
space.
to another, because our main review this week is Dynamite
I want
Headdy
those
on the Mega Drive.
TVs.
Surely one of the strangest
say it
characters
every
ever to
time.
appear on the system. He's a toy who's using his head to defeat
think at the time
evil
this game was out,
dark
actually,
doll,
I had,
quite
a
literally.
Super
When
Nintendo.
danger threatens, Headdy flings
Because I
his
remember
box at
seeing this
baddies,
game
and he
on
can swap
various
heads to
shows
get
like
different
this in
power-ups.
Games Master.
Early on in the game, you visit
But
three
a game I
practice
never
rooms
ever played,
where you
and a
find
game that
friends
none of my
who
friends
will
ever
aid
had
you in your
either.
quest For
Oh, he's
instance,
got
this is Headcase.
a head case.
Carries your spare power-up heads. And this is Bo, a little Cupid character
Oh.
who shows you where to fling your heads. The
Okay.
game has a very distinctive look. It's sort of Monty Python meets Wurzel Gummidge. But how does it play?
That's an interesting
Who else do
interesting
we get to
description,
review
if
a
I can
game
even
like
speak.
this?
Wurzel Gummidge,
Adam.
Monty Python. Reviews.
Whoever wrote this was probably dropped on the head when they were a child. This is the strangest game I've seen in a long time, but it's actually very good. To climb up a vertical wall, you need to use one of these, a spike head. It's one of the 18 heads in the game.
How many
Some of
heads
them are
did he
good
say?
to
8
some
or
of them
18?
aren't, and they'll
He
get
mumbles.
killed. That there is a head case. By shooting it, you can change which head you're using.
Oh,
Right
interesting.
now, I've got to get a weapon head to kill this snake, which comes with monster fireballs from the depths of hell.
It shoots monster
This is
fireballs
another
from the
mad
depths
idea.
of hell.
Go to the next level, you're pulled into it by your arch enemy, Trouble Brewing the Cat.
Ooh.
This is a vacuum cleaner head, one of the best weapons in the game. It lets you suck in all the enemies, and it's got to be in competition to be one of the best weapons in any computer game ever.
Vacuum.
This is a nice
Really?
game, very original, but some people would find it just too difficult.
Curious to
bother
see what it
with.
looks like on the Game Gear,
It's not a
actually.
very easy game to play, but it's worth
$34.99 or
persevering with. It's got so
$49.99.
many brilliant ideas in it.
4.
Gives me a headache just watching him.
Ooh.
It's the most wonderfully bizarre game I've ever seen,
Ooh.
and it's the most original platform out.
Ooh.
And the scores for Dynamite
4.
Headdy, both the boys and the girls gave it a psychedelic
4.
4 out of 5.
I'm winner. I guessed right.
So, pretty good scores there for Dynamite Headdy. Now, about 6 months ago, the tallest roller coaster in the world was opened in Blackpool amidst a great fanfare.
Oh,
and
Blackpool. I thought it was
publicity.
going to be like.
It's called the Pepsi Max Big
Ah,
One.
Pepsi
it's
Max.
controlled by computer and it's a mile long.
Sounded like
now,
I
you
knew
may
what I was
remember
talking
that
about.
back
Never
in
been
July,
on
there
it.
was an accident involving one set of cars crashing into another
Oh,
set.
no.
An accident that shouldn't have been possible. Now, only recently the ride's been reopened, and Andy went along
Have
to
they
find out
been
exactly
paid for
how the
advertising
impossible
for
happened.
this ride or the park where it is?
Unless
They say
you've been
Blackpool.
playing theme park 24 hours a day, you can't fail to know that the world's tallest roller coaster, the big one in Blackpool, has been experiencing a few problems this summer. So I've come to check out what went wrong and what they've done to put it back on the right track. At busy periods, they can run 3 trains at once on this ride.
Wow.
And that has its problems because these trains don't have any power of their own, they don't have any drivers, they don't have any engines, and most importantly, they don't have any brakes either.
Oh. YouTube copyright ahoy with this music, no
Once
doubt.
the cars are
Thanks,
released from the top,
bad
they
influence.
will always go at the same
We'll
speed
just
and
keep
therefore
talking.
take the same time to
Or
get back to
something.
the station. If only it were that simple.
Hey, wee!
2 things affect the speed of the cars: friction and wind resistance. On a cold, dry day, the oil in the bearings of the wheels will be stiffer and give you a slower ride.
Oh.
If it's just rained, the track will be slightly slippy and you'll go faster.
Oh.
As for wind resistance,
So,
well,
go on a hot,
travels faster than a
rainy day.
forward, and enthusiasts who put their arms in the air like this shouldn't, because it makes the car run slower.
So, for speed,
Yep.
sit at the front of an empty car on a hot, airless day after a shower and keep your head down.
Well, so much for fun. Behind the
It's
scenes,
climbing.
or should that
Look
be
at
above
this
the scenes?
Spuffy
the
Spiff
watchword is
jumper.
very definitely
It's beautiful.
Safety. Every metre of the 1.5 kilometre track is rigorously checked every day.
Crikey.
And I can tell you that this bit's fine. So, can I come down now?
How's it checked? At what point of the day is it checked?
The track's divided
Must be
into
before it
sections, and
opens.
the brakes are put at the end of each section, generally at the higher points of the track. That makes braking easier because at the high points the cars are running slower.
The brakes ensure that the cars are at the right speed for the start of the next block.
Oh.
Every morning before they take on passengers, the operators check that the emergency stop procedures are working correctly.
These sensors monitor the speed and presence of each train, and they can tell the difference between a moving train and a resting seagull. You could employ
Okay.
people to monitor the trains as
I
they
would
go all
hope
the way
so,
around the
or else
ride,
that'd be
but
one
you need an
scary,
awful lot of
dangerous
them, and
bloody
it'd be a very
ride.
boring job.
Is it
So
a
instead,
train or a
they use
seagull? I don't
computers.
know.
This looks after the management of the ride. It's called a PLC, programmable.
I'd much
logic
rather be,
controller. It's basically
learning
a
about
computer
video games,
with a
Andy,
permanently programmed set of instructions.
than
The
a
controller
theme park ride
gets
in Blackpool.
information from the sensors all the way around the ride and compares what's actually happening with what it knows should be happening.
All
It's supposed to shut
systems.
down the whole
Okay, it's
system if there's
Skynet.
a
It
mismatch
knows
in that
everything.
comparison.
Dun dun
But in
dun.
July, a train was held here, and another train came and ran into the back of
Oh,
it.
I bet that hurt.
Nobody was seriously hurt. but
Whiplash.
quite a few people were badly shaken up. computers don't break down,
Where
do
there's
they?
blame, there's a
So what
claim.
went
I wonder if they'd done that in the
What they've
90s.
since found out is that a sensor failed in the final section of the track just before the station. The logic controller sensed this and operated the brakes up here as a failsafe, which is what it was designed to do. What it didn't do, however, was to stop the train that was up here completely. So it ran on around the track and ran into the train in front, just in front of the station at between 5 and 10 miles an hour.
Oh, is that it? No
The
whiplash.
accident could have been a lot more serious.
Just
if
a
it
little bit of a
happened higher
bump.
up the ride. After the crash, they discovered that the brakes hadn't been applied early enough or hard enough when the sensor failed.
Were you surprised when the ride went wrong?
Look at Andy's stance.
We're obviously very disappointed that it went wrong.
There's something that makes me uncomfortable watching them standing like that. I don't know what.
In business with a few changes. The brakes have been improved. There's a new watchdog computer checking the first computer, and when they're running
run by
more
a
than one train,
ZX
they've introduced
Spectrum.
a special new sensor.
Not really.
A man with a stop button.
Hey,
This is Andy Crane.
Does
watching
that
the
man
man,
have-
watching the computers, watching the
does
big
the man have
bad
to stand
influence
there all
in
day?
Blackpool.
Crikey.
Wow, that looks absolutely brilliant. I'm dead jealous, actually. How many times did you go on it to make the film?
About 9 or 10 to make the film, and I'd have done it more if they'd asked me as well.
So you felt safe?
Completely, utterly, and totally. It's a fabulous ride. And if you're ever in Blackpool, check it out.
Advertising.
Now, time for this week's
News and previews, yay, something interesting. Let's go.
Britain's biggest home computing show is on in London this weekend. Highlights of this
what's
year's
that
Future
game?
Entertainment Show are the first public appearance of
don't know.
Sega's Mega Drive add-on,
Ooh.
the
Ooh,
32X, or Mega
32X.
32. The launch of Alien vs Predator for
Atari
the Jaguar, both
Jaguar.
of which we've already shown you here on Bad Influence. And there's the first consumer showing of
is
the massive
that?
new space shoot-'em-up Inferno, which we're featuring in depth in next
I
week's
recognise
programme.
that
So
for
if you
some
want to
reason.
find out what's hot in home computing,
was gonna
get
say, I'm
yourself
pretty
down
sure
to
it's
Earl's Court or watch Bad Influence
PC
from the
game.
comfort of your own home.
Best-selling beat-em-up Mortal Kombat 2
Oh,
is being
nice.
developed for computer format.
What?
A PC game will probably be out by Christmas, and a CD-ROM release is planned for early '95. But this is
Something,
the Amiga version, due in the shops at the end of
I've never
next
seen a
month.
PC version
With all
of
the
it.
question marks over the future of the Amiga, this is perhaps a small vote of confidence.
Future of the
Fancy
Amiga?
yourself a
What?
Ghostbuster? Then watch out for Ghosts, an interactive
Never played Mortal
game that lets
Kombat
you
2 on the
investigate
Amiga.
Paranormal. You
And I
explore
wonder
a
how
haunted
easy or
house
hard
where
it
you
would
find
be to
video
play with
interviews
one
famous
joystick
skeptics
button.
like Dr. Sue Blackmore and famous eccentrics like the ghost hunter
Ghostbusters
Robin
UK.
Thurman. The idea is to piece together some of the best ghost stories ever told
This is a scary
and decide
game.
for yourself what really happened.
I don't
Spooky
like
stuff.
scary
Out
games.
soon on Macintosh and CD-ROM, so you can
I
scare
do
yourself
love these
witless
early
next time.
PC games though. They're awesome. Oh, that's nice headwear.
Ah,
Nam.
techie subjects. I am the king of the techies. Neep, neep, neep. And you
I
are my
hope there's some
subjects. Oh, yes.
residual
I am the
charge in
king.
those capacitors that's gonna
Stand
blow
up
your
and
bloody
I'm
head
talking
off.
to you. Neep, neep, neep. Here's a cheat, dear subjects, for Prince of Persia on the Game Gear.
Ooh.
It lets you start on the very last level. On the password screen, type in PDHJD.
we can't see that.
Neep, neep, neep. And there you are, the last
Squish.
level.
Why did he not die? He got squished.
And now,
I really hate
we are all
Namrud.
going to sing the King of the Techies song.
I wonder, did anybody
I am
like
the
him as a
glorious
child?
King of the Techies. I am the gracious King
It's just
of the
like filler
Techies.
content. It's
I'm
just a
the
complete
king
waste of
the
space.
Techies.
Sorry if you ever come across this
How
video
very
in real
like
life.
the home life of our
Actor that
own
played
dear Queen.
Namrud.
If today's show
doubt
hasn't sent
it,
a
but
shiver down your
sorry.
spine yet, just wait till you see the lineup of ghostly games that have slithered their way into the Bad
Ghost
Influence
games.
studio. Here's a selection of the spookiest.
Eh,
First
sorry,
up, the
yes.
sequel to last year's hit game Zombies, it's Gore
Oh, Gore
Patrol
Patrol.
on the SNES. You play Zeke, who discovers
Never
a
actually
book
played
in a
Gore
glowing
Patrol.
chest. Following
Zombies,
the instructions
yes.
in the book, he summons up an evil demon of the past. Your ghost-busting mission is to save the demon's
Looks
victims
very
that
similar,
are scattered
funnily
about
enough.
each level, while avoiding possessed furniture and flying eyeballs. Drink the
Yeah,
red
it's the
potion
same
to turn
character as
into
well,
the
is he not?
Grim
He's got the
Reaper
3D
and
glasses.
float
Ooh,
among
look.
the living dead.
And if that's not scary enough, you can join the spirits of the dead in Isle of the Dead on the PC
Ooh.
CD-ROM. You play Jake Dunbar, and your plane has crashed on a remote island. That's the good news. The bad news is that it's
I
full of the
love
living
the-
dead, and you only have a
I love
limited amount of
original
ammunition. Isle of the Dead
games,
is an adventure game
old
with
games,
2
3D
levels to
games
it.
like this.
The first is a basic kill the zombies before they kill you. The other is a
That
mystery.
looks so
as Jake
cool.
tries to find out why the zombies are there in the first place and how he can get back to civilization.
Now, how may I be of service to you?
His voice is
If you
epic.
prefer the more familiar spooks, spectres and monsters, then there's Frankenstein, also on the PC. You have to guide Igor,
I never knew
Dr.
anybody who
Frankenstein's
played a
assistant,
PC
through
game with a
castle,
joystick.
graveyard and a village,
Maybe a flight
looking for
simulator,
scattered
but
pieces
not-
of the monster.
Hey, that
And where
actually
there's
looks alright.
Frankenstein's monster,
Not,
you're bound to find ghosts,
a normal platform
giant
game.
spiders,
It was
and
always
mutant slime
always
monsters.
keys.
Oh, and watch out for the Vicar and the Undertaker.
A lot of the more spectacular ghostly games are out on PC rather than console, presumably because they're being aimed at an older audience.
Oh.
Harvester, for example, is a psychological thriller.
I don't like
You wake up one
psychological
morning in
thrillers.
Harvest, town where you've lived all your life.
Psychological.
Trouble is, you don't remember anything, and the town is full of strangers and some very weird sights.
Come in.
No.
And Ecstatica is a sort of gothic explorer mode.
Ooh, that's...
You play a weary traveller lost in a mysterious village full
Oh,
of bizarre
I've seen
monsters.
that game
Some
on
of the
something
scenes in
else
it are
before.
definitely not for the squeamish.
Back in the day.
And finally, a sneaky look at an early version of the third.
I just look at her now
episode
and I no
from the
longer
Dark
think
trilogy,
Nipples.
which is due
I
out
just
in
think Dolph
February.
Lundgren.
Once again, the graphics
I
offer
must break
impressive
you.
cinematic views. You play Edward Carnby,
Never,
private
ever
investigator
played
who,
an Alone
on the
in the
night
Dark
of July
game.
the 3rd, is called to Slaughter Gulch. a
I do
deserted
have one, I
ghost
think,
town,
for the
to
PS1.
rescue a woman called Emily Hartwood,
But I've never
who
played
has mysteriously vanished.
He just walked
Hey,
into a
look,
picture.
I'm too scared to continue. Here's some non-scary games with some pretty scary reviews.
Reviews again. Good. Mickey.
Question: who's eligible for a bus pass but still bouncing
Of some
around with
variant.
the best of them? No, not Keith Chegwin, Mickey Mouse, 66 years old and starring in a
What,
brand new platform game called Mickey Mania. A gay old romp through the film career of the
I was going to
famous
say, what
Disney
game is it?
villain.
Mickey
Here's
Mania?
Chris.
Have I played this game before?
This is classic Disney.
I'm not sure.
It looks gorgeous, but it does take itself very seriously.
I don't think so, actually. No.
You start off with Steamboat
I'm not
Willie,
sure.
Mickey's first film
I
from
have seen it.
1928.
I'm
The
talking
game is
waffly
beautifully
nonsense.
animated. The graphics are really nice to look at.
Oh,
The
glorious
game's aimed at young
16-bit
players,
greatness.
And the difficulty curve is just about right. In fact, on the first level, you can't actually die. I'm trying to hurl myself into the water here, and these fish are poking me
Wow,
out.
you can't die.
Disney connoisseurs among you will recognise that this level is based on Mickey's 1933 film called The Mad Doctor.
Yeah, I
It's a
knew
different
that.
style of
I was going to say
gameplay, and it's actually
Fantasia.
quite difficult. It took me a few goes to get through.
Mad Doctor.
It's a great looking
I
game.
like it.
The experienced game players will finish it within a few hours, so it's not really worth £60.
It's not very original, but it's a pleasure to play because it looks so lovely.
Better on the SNES as well
It's a
because
nice
the music
idea,
will be
but then
better,
after
but maybe
the
not.
other
Maybe
bit
even
of
better on the
games,
Mega CD because the
players
music
all
will be better. God damn it,
Scores then.
CD.
Mickey Mania gets a golden oldie. 4
4.
out of 5 from the girls
4 out of 5.
and the boys.
I was going to say 5.
Next, Race Days for
Ooh.
the Game Boy. It's 2 games in 1. There's an overhead
two-
game
how's
in
it-
the style of Micro Machines.
Yes.
And a racing sim,
Oh.
which puts you in the driving seat of a 4-wheel drive off-road vehicle.
What? They've
Ready
just
to eat
bunged,
dirt? Here's Katie.
bunged 2 generic racing games on 1 cartridge.
I found the overhead game very difficult to play. The tracks are so narrow
Yeah, it
that all
does.
the cars get bottlenecked.
I agree with
and
you,
it's very
child.
hard to control.
I agree.
The four-wheel drive
I
game
have
is easier to control.
I've
and much
seen
more
that
fun
game
than
somewhere
the
else
games.
actually.
The graphics are nice and
I would
chunky
even
for
have
the
said
Game
I
Boy,
played it, but I
but
don't
after a while you still lose
recognise playing the Micro
interest.
Machines
I like the
type
idea
game.
of putting 2 games onto 1 cartridge, but it only works if they're both interesting.
And if they're both good.
The overhead bit is total scrap. to
Total
be
scrap.
honest.
I agree
If
with
it
you,
got rid
child
of that
face,
and
with the
used
baseball
extra
cap.
memory space to concentrate on a 3D driving part, it would have been much better.
I think
I
it's
didn't
just
think I like either of them. It's very put downable.
put down the
Both
ball.
the boys and the girls
2.
agree. Race Days gets a Lada convertible.
Ooh, 3?
3 out of 5.
I think that's generous, that is. I would have said 2. No, I'm
I
rude.
am not
Is he
the king
pissing?
of the techies. I am
No.
a nep techie, underwater god of the Furtlets. And I'm creating my own
What the hell?
underwater home right here in the basement.
Please electrocute
So,
yourself. Look
I
at the
shall
size
be
of that CRT. I
worshipped
bet you
from
that
above.
weighs like 1
Oh,
million
yes,
tons.
and this is
It's
my
huge.
high priest, Fang.
Aww,
What's that you say, Fang?
kitty.
Oh, yes, very good idea. Fang has asked me to provide a miracle for my followers, and I shall do so. Neep, neep, neep. This is a small
I've said this
miracle
before,
for
but
Body Blows
I
version
wonder if he.
2
I hope
on
he
the
got paid
Amiga.
well
On the options screen,
for
hold
making a
down
tit
the
of
joystick
himself.
for 7 seconds. 1, 2,
What game did he say?
3,
I just heard
4,
Amiga.
5, 6, 7. And you'll get a
Oh,
secret
what game is it?
cheat options
Body
screen
Blows.
that lets you do all sorts of things like turn your energy on
Yeah,
and off.
looks like a Body
no.
Blows type game.
Oh no, Fang!
Maybe.
Fang! Save yourself, Fang! Oh, Andy! Violet!
Oh,
I'm not mad
no.
anymore, honest. Can you turn the water off, please? Oh.
Don't drown him.
Quick, don't call an emergency plumber. Last week's competition prize was a SNES,
Yes.
a copy of NBA Live 95,
Yes.
and a real basketball set.
What?
We asked you, what is the regulation height for a basketball hoop?
St-
The answer
two-
is 10
two-
feet.
10 feet.
We had
Damn
over
it.
13,000
I was wrong.
entries, but the lucky winner is Peter Morris from Kent. Well done.
Peter Morris
10
from
runners
Kent.
Up to get Bad Influence Better Than Sleep
I
t-shirts.
still want one of those
This week's
TVs.
prize
Look
is a
at
Mega
it.
Drive with Dynamite Headdy.
It's so cool. I've never seen one of them in real life. I want one.
Dynamite. If you know, give us a call with your answer on 0891
I want one of the Bad Influence televisuals.
0891 555 999. Calls will
I was
cost
not
them
listening to the
125p.
quiz, so I cannot
Lines will
enter
close at midnight
competition.
on Monday. As always, Make sure
Damn
you
it,
get
I'm not
permission
going to
from
win.
whoever pays the phone bill before you dial, because as we always say here, you can't win
If
you
you
don't
don't
have
have
permission,
to-
and we do check.
Do
That's
check.
just
How
about it
do
for
they
this week.
check?
Hope you enjoyed the programme. Join us next week when we'll be looking at the space strategy game Inferno. See you then. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Don't forget to watch Noel's house party on Saturday.
Why?
because Andy's getting a gotcha Oscar.
Okay. I was going to say, why? There you go then, guys. That was another Bad Influence fan commentary. Glorious UK retro goodness. Televisionist computing magazine shows for your ears and eyes, minus Namrud. I just do not like him at all, if I can even speak. As always, for me though, guys, that game looks cool. For me though, thank you very much for watching. Please feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you next time.
I will see